my energy. So I decided to do this video tonight. To tell everyone that I have canceled the psychic workshops. Okay, I'm not going to be doing any more psychic workshops, natal chart workshops. I'm just going to put everything in books and PDFs, and I'm going to talk about how I came to this decision. Okay. Um, it's becoming a major problem with people not respecting my psychic boundaries. Okay. Every single time I do psychic workshops or natal chart readings, people try to practice on me. Like, they try to tune into my frequency. They're like, oh, I'm going to see if I can read on you without your permission. And people don't know that I can feel that they're doing it. Like, people can feel when you're trying to tap into their frequency. People can feel when you're trying to read on them or pick up things about them. Regular psychics, people who are really gifted in psychic abilities, we can sense when someone's doing that. But people keep trying to trick me and lie and say, oh, they didn't mean it, or whatever, and all this other stuff. Like, I have yet to be able to do people's natal charts without the people that I'm doing the natal chart on, they start hijacking the thing. It's like they want me to validate their psychic abilities. They want to test their psychic abilities on me. They don't realize that that is so disrespectful, competitive, and it's unethical. It is so unethical to go into another psychic shop, another shop of a psychic, ask for a psychic reading, and then you try to be the psychic too, or um, you try to cross emotional boundaries and try to prove you're psychic too. To me, that's narcissistic. Because even if you did get psychic information on that person, okay, um, even if you did get psychic information on that person, why would you share it at that time? That person is giving you a psychic reading. So it's not your place to be the extra psychic in the shop because it's their shop, it's their work group. It's like stepping into their spotlight. It's like trying to use their energy and frequency as a springboard for your psychic abilities. I noticed that when I do natal chart readings on people, an hour in, all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, I got downloads about you," and it's like, "Nah, boo, you was sitting there for like an hour trying to tap into my frequency, rather than being open to me so I can get more information for you." Because see, what people don't know, when you're trying to tap into somebody else's frequency, at that when you're doing that, you close your frequency off, and the psychic will struggle reading on you. So anytime I'm doing natal chart readings and it feels a little hard to read them, I already know it's because they're tapping into my energy at that time, like without my permission. I don't know why people are thinking because they psychic that they could just go into their psychic abilities on any old psychic. Like, I don't know what is this psychic on psychics. It's y'all. I think it's wicked. I personally think that springboarding off another psychic power, leeching off their energy, and using that time with their energy to see what you get, that is still an energy leech. Okay? Now, here's my problem. Is people are like, oh, the energy was flowing. No, it's not. When a psychic is reading on you, they're not flowing their energy to you. You're flowing your energy to them. So only way that you would actually be able to read on the psychic is when the psychic gets quiet, tuning into you, and you're trying to tune into them while they're tuning into you. See, y'all see how that sound real sick and disturbing? That's real sick. Like trying to compete with me for the psychic reading. I'm tuning into you. You're trying to tune into me while I'm tuning into you. But waiting till I get still and quiet to tune into you so you could tune into me. To me, that's like psychically hijacking the psychic reading. It's trying that's trying to be my twin. You're trying to be my psychic twin in the psychic shop. It's really toxic. Because when you get psychic readings, you're supposed to be focusing on opening up to me, opening up. But what I'm finding is people are trying to tune into my frequency while I'm reading on them. Okay? It's just it's wow, okay? It's wow. Y'all, let me tell you. Every single time I give them information, the people would sit quiet and try to get more information than I got. So they would ask me a question and I would give them the answer. And then they would sit quiet and try to tune in and try to one up me. Like, oh, yeah, but I'm getting this. And I'm like, wait a minute. You came to me for the psychic guidance. You came to me. So what you should be doing is just asking me questions only. Only asking me questions and waiting for the answers. Not trying to see what you get after I give you the answers. And I'm sorry, it's women doing this. The men aren't doing this. When I read on men, they don't do that. It's the women on this channel. Every single time they ask me a question, it might be about a loved one, a dead one, or something about their life. I give them an answer. They'll sit there real quietly like they trying to tune in and pull my energy to get extra information before I get it. It's almost like they're trying to prove to me that I'm just as powerful as you, or I'm just as more psychic or whatever. And it's just like crazy, y'all. It's just, it's crazy. And it just shocks me that females are doing this. Like, because the women are always talking about on this channel, yeah, people don't respect my boundaries and messing with my emotions. And I'm like, well, you messing with my emotions when you're not respecting my psychic boundaries. It just amazes me. These be the same women complaining about their families, complaining about their boyfriends, complaining about their baby daddies, and them same women are not respecting my boundaries during the psychic readings. That I had to literally just shut the workshop down. And then they want to try to gaslight me and say, well, the energy was just flowing. No, it was not. When I am connecting to you, I'm not sending you my energy. I am calling your energy to me. I'm filling myself up with your energy. I'm not sending energy to you. So that's how I know, like, that manipulation with energy flowing back and forth. No, that's like, oh, we're synchronized. No, we're not. And when I see people charts, I already know. No, there's no way. Your moon is so different than my moon. There's no way. I even know how people are tapping into me. If you got a water moon, if you got a water moon, then you are trying to tap into my emotional well-being so you could get intuitive messages, which means you're not showing emotions because you're trying to connect with me. That's how I know when women are doing it. Who got a water moon? They're not showing any emotions about the reading because they're trying to connect to my emotions so they can read on me. See, I know how psychic connection spell work. I know how it works. Okay? So I know how people can use their moons and all of that. And Yeah, exactly. It's like stop trying to climb rank off my energy. Stop trying to learn my frequency and my way I move and way I act because you want to cheat your way to another level of psychic ability. This has to stop. That is literally energy harvesting. That is witchcraft for real. That's low key psychic destiny stealing. People don't even people don't even realize that's how far they're actually going. When you listen to a psychic and you're trying to just learn their frequency and learn their mood flow, the way their moods flow and their emotional flow, and you're trying to follow it to see what you get, you are being a witch. You are being a witch. That's exactly what it means by destiny stealing. Trying to get their rank through learning their frequency. This has to stop, y'all. And then I can feel when it's happening. And because of my moon, I have the ability to set up strong boundaries. And then when that person can't get in, they say, this is what they say. This is what the people say. Why do I feel blocked? You feel blocked because I just blocked you. It always cracks me up. When I sense that they're doing it, they'll say, what is this block I feel? I blocked you. I could teach people how to block people from reading on them without permission. If I sense someone's trying to tap into my emotions, me emotionally too much, when I'm giving them a psychic reading, I will straight block them. They might not see it in my face, but I will do it energetically. Because it's crossing psychic boundaries. And it really has to stop. And then it gets me when what I don't like is when some of the women want me to connect with them emotionally and then they start reading on me. That's a water witch. Water witches do that. Water witches of the low vibration. They try to get you to connect with them emotionally and then they ride the wave of your emotions and then to listening very closely as they're riding your emotions. That's a water witch. I have women in my family who do that. They'll try to get you to connect with them deeply emotionally. Then they'll start getting real quiet. Okay? They'll start getting real quiet on you, and they'll just fall real silent. And they'll start telling you, like, you know what? I feel that your boyfriend is like this. I feel like, and it's like you just use this emotional connection to pick up intuitive messages about me. Why did you want me to connect with you emotionally so you can sit there after that and tap into me? Water witches. Water witches. Y'all. And then there's the air witches. Want to sit up there and want you to do all the talking, right? Don't say nothing. But they looking into your eyes the whole time. Those are the ones that are trying to see your life. They're trying to access your memories and they're trying to get your thoughts. They staring at you like this, but they won't say a word. Those are the air witches. See, I know what to look for when I do readings. Like, let me see if you're gonna fall into some witch energy. Because if you do, I know what to do with my moon energy. And then you're gonna be like, I can't pick up nothing because I blocked you. I keep on telling people I'm abundant in earth energy. I can literally block your psychic abilities if I want to. I can put dust in it. I can make it dusty so you're not sure about what you're getting and all of that. So there's no higher rank than an earth witch. That is Empress energy. Earth witches are Empress energy. That's the highest rank there is. The highest high priestess in the tarot card deck. And I have a huge amount of earth. Plenty enough in my chart. Which means I know what to do with my heart chakra so that you can't get in if I don't want you in. I can lock you out. I can lock you out. But people keep thinking, if I could just get Miss V to be emotional and get there, let me get, I'm just so sad, I'm so depressed, Miss V. I just need you to care about how I feel. And then they go right in trying to tap into me. People always have negative things to say about earth psychics. Okay? But that's because people are mad that they can't get through our boundaries. Oh, they're so guarded. No, we're not so guarded. We don't want you disrespecting us. We tend to be very private, internal people. And so we figure if we give you our energy, it's a gift. An empress of the earth will always feel if she gives you her energy, it's a special gift. Since she rules fortune, she rules money. That's money. Generational wealth. So if you disrespect us psychically, we're going to block you, and we might block your fortune, your ability to manifest money. We're generous with giving readings. We tend to be very generous with doing people's star charts and readings. But if people try to hijack our energy, it's like it's almost like breaking into a bank and trying to take our money. That's how we see it. If you try to harvest our energy, we see that like taking money. Like we literally feel that way. And so we will do spell work on you energetically, or we will block you. And if we block you from accessing our heart's emotions, you might actually be blocked financially at the same time. It is the most, the last person you want to do spell work on. It's an earth witch. We're all witches. We're all some kind of witch. It's all about how you use your powers. But you never ever want to cross the boundaries of an earth witch. Never. Hades, Pluto, Mars. No. And people don't, and people do not understand that. And then people keep on doing it. Then they say they block. Oh, how come I feel blocked? Well, I just felt you for the past hour trying to figure out my emotional energy and trying to get through my third eye to read on me. I could feel when you're doing it. We all know that the trees feel everything, okay? These trees, they've been around a long time, like 100, 200 years, some of these trees. They are very much in tune with the psychic elements. Most people who have abundant earth in their chart and is an earth witch, they have very old souls. So they know things about the psychic world that a lot of people don't know. They can feel things and understand how people are using their spiritual energy. They'll know things people don't know. They rule the Akashic records. They're literally they dominate the Akashic records. You're not going to bust through our boundaries or try to, and we don't know you did. We're going to know that you did. We are in sync with the oldest of ancestors, the Native Americans, the old Egyptians. They have to step up and tell us that somebody's trying to get to our Akashic record type of energy. So people need to just stop. All right, there's There's just y'all, people just need to stop, y'all. Y'all, I constantly see crows. The crow energy came out earlier. These crows and these blackbirds been turning up. They can sometimes mean a very unexpected transformation. Um, if a blackbird and a crow drop a feather on your porch, it could mean that somebody is going might have a unforeseen death. You know, I had a neighbor. I saw a blackbird drop his feather on her porch. I wanted to go tell her like somebody's gonna probably gonna die in your family. I just didn't. I just didn't want to say nothing because then when it come true, people try to say you did the spell work on them. They say no, you put spell work on me. That's why it happened. Or everybody in the neighborhood starts saying that you're a witch. So I didn't go over there and tell her. And plus, I didn't want to intervene and get in the way of God. And her son ended up being killed less than a year later. That's why I tell y'all, always just always be careful when y'all seeing those crows and blackbirds. Just be, you know, it could be like something's dying, something's being released. It's not. It, see, the creator don't see it as a bad thing. We see it as a bad thing, like somebody dying, somebody being released. Crows and blackbirds can mean the ultimate transformation. Gone for good. Something's going to be gone for good or dead. Okay? Um, yeah. Like, for example, when I started seeing, or it can mean that something bad is going to happen or a bad accident or somebody going to get really hurt. Okay? When I was seeing a bunch of blackbirds and crows, shortly after my daughter had gotten an accident. And when I went to look at her chart, it was definitely her. The reason why I was seeing those crows. I mean, they was literally coming in front of my car. It's like I was synchronized with her car. It's like I was getting the warnings that she couldn't see about what was going to happen to her car. So if I see blackbirds and crows that keep jumping in front of my car, I say, "Oh God, please!" I will literally be like, "God, please!" I'll pray and be like, prayers, prayers." I'll be like, "Woo, child!" Every time I shiver. You gotta understand. We see it as a bad thing, but it's a good thing. It might be a transformation that's better for you. Okay, it might be a transformation that something really bad happening so you can learn your lesson. Sometimes dying can be the ultimate lesson that the creator want to give you um about your choices in life. So we don't, it's not always a bad thing. Okay? Death always gives signs. This is why it's important to be in happy relationships or not in one. Because when you're in unhappy relationships, you miss the signs. Okay? Death always gives you a chance to extend your life. Okay? The death angel always do. You got to notice the signs, like on Final Destinations. That's actually true, y'all. I have um I have picked up signs for me, and I had definitely like right when something was about to happen in which the odds of me dying was very high. I kind of sensed something. I sensed like almost like this uncomfortable fear. Like all of a sudden, it was only for like a minute, y'all. It was like almost like, ooh, something real bad gonna happen. It was only for a minute. I only had a minute to sense it. And I went slow. Now this still happened, but I was able to get some control over what happened so I wouldn't die. Okay? You get most of the time when you can ways you can possibly die. You do get like a couple minutes at least to like sense it. But if you don't have respect for your spiritual discernment, then you'll blood off. You'll ignore it. You'll be like, oh, I'm just paranoid. And then boom, that's it. You're dead. Okay. Um, I was in a nightclub before, and these two guys was like in a little spat. It wasn't even like a heated argument. But I for just a minute, I got a real bad feeling, y'all. It was bad. And I said, I'm gonna get away from them. I'm gonna just get away. And I got maybe about 10 steps away from them. And one of them pulled out a gun and shot the other one. I mean, he just went like that. It wasn't even a heated argument. They was just like in a little disagreement. And I guess the guy was mad the whole time. And he just shot the guy. Now, if I had been near that guy, I don't know if that guy would have pushed me in front of the gun or whatever, and I would have been the one shot. But I ended up on the floor near the bar. If I would have been standing where I was standing, I would have been stomped to death. Because where I was standing, a lot of people went running that way. They went running that way. They would have ran me down. It was like 100 people just running in that like running across right where I was standing. They would have ran me down. I would have had my head stomped in the ground. I know that for a fact. Somebody would have given me brain damage with their foot or something. That was the possibility of how I would die. But in that 2 little minute window, I I just took a leap of faith in what I was feeling. Cause you don't know if the feeling's right. See, that's the thing. That's how death gets the upper hand. You don't know if that feeling is right. Like the other times you'll be like, oh no, I know something bad. But when it's like a possible death you can have, you'll be like, I don't know if this feeling's right. And I just took a leap. I said, I'm just going to move away anyway. And I was right. Y'all, I was right. I got in a car with a guy, got a friend of my family members, and I got it like right when I got in the car, I got a bad feeling, y'all. I was like, ooh, ooh, but it was almost like I wasn't sure. I was like, just be careful. Like I almost like it was like weird because I couldn't emotionally connect with the fear, which I think was a sign that it was a death situation. I felt it, but it didn't scare me to death. But it did make its presence really known. It was almost like death was low key, but there, y'all. That's what it was like. So, um, I said, "Oh," and before we even got halfway down the hill, I'm telling you, in less than a minute, less than a minute, I moved over like this. I just knew like I need to move over. I said, I'm gonna move over when he turned this corner. Don't you know when he turned the corner, he ended up hitting the curb and the light post fell and landed right on the side of the car I was on. If I wouldn't have went like this as he was coming down the turn, I would be done. Okay, the light post took the whole door off. If I would have been like this, like most people are in the car, done. This side would have been crushed. It would have been done. So I'm explaining to y'all. I'm explaining to y'all that when you get those brief minutes, okay, Um, you need to, take that seriously. Well, we're talking about the crow death, okay? Somebody was talking about crows and blackbirds. But another thing I learned about the death angel is when you're being tested to see if you're going to hurt animals when you don't have to. Sometimes you're kind of being tested by the death angel if you're going to be merciful. So remember that, like when the death angel is around you, you're on trial. You could be on trial too. Okay, you could be sort of um, you could be sort of like in a waiting room. Okay, and it's like maybe he'll go ahead and go for you. So you might have a series of tests. You may be tested to see if you're going to run over some animals in the road, if you're going to hurt somebody for no reason. So you could be getting, you could end up getting tested, or if you're going to influence someone to like take their own life and stuff. That could still be the death angel giving you like, this is the final test. This is the final test. So just take what I said seriously, y'all. What I'm saying in this video when it comes to the crows and the blackbirds about it, um, and sometimes some of y'all got to realize that sometimes the death angel tests you by messing around with your emotions. A lot of people don't know when somebody plays with your emotions a lot, that could be the death angel. And you're like, why am I feeling so? Because in order for something to come, something must go. So the death angel will mess around with your emotions to get something to go. It could be you for something to come. Y'all listening so careful. I don't know if I told y'all, but that this is something I'm supposed to have access to. I'm supposed to learn about letting go and releases and karma and how the other side works. Okay? Now, this content, what I'm telling y'all, is not for fair use, okay? So don't use this without my express permission. I was just helping y'all out a bit about um, when we're talking about death and blackbirds and things like that. Somebody said it can't be positive message like a native used to look up to them. The Native Americans, they looked up to the crows and the blackbirds because it could also be a transformation that's best for you. Something better is wanting to come, so something must go. So it's not a bad thing. All right, it could be like some sickness is leaving their tribe, or some spell work or negative energy is being released. So they see that as a good thing. Like we see like dying as a bad thing. A lot of cultures, ancient cultures, they don't see it as that. We don't we don't we don't we see in America, American people, we see releasing as often it's a hard thing, it's a bad thing. Old cultures see it like it can work in our favor. But some of y'all need to understand this, what I'm about to tell y'all. I got to get ready to go though, y'all, okay? This is going to be the last thing I tell y'all for the night. Stop emotionally connecting with everybody, okay? Emotional connections allow people to strengthen their ability to tap into your frequency, okay? So, Y'all gotta learn how to understand that emotional bonding is a special gift. It's almost as special as giving somebody your money. Let people earn your emotional care. I know y'all been told something else, like, but emotional love, empathy, that's the best thing to be. Best thing. Be that way with people who are dying and sick and old people and people who deserve to be unstuck. But to random people out here, stop having your flower and your emotions so available. Make people earn it, y'all, because they going to get some access to things about you that you might not want them to have access to. If they're always trying to tap into other people's energy. And that's what a lot of people are doing now. I don't know why people are so obsessed with random people's energy. It's like, how did we even get here? It's crazy. It's like so many people are saying, I'm protecting my energy, but I'm like, but you're tapping into random people's energy. Why don't you protect their energy and protect yours by not trying to tune into their energy? Everybody wants to protect their energy and have secret access, sneaky access to other people's energy. I'm not saying everybody, but it's like a big part of the population. I can feel it when I go out. I can feel it. Like everybody's acting like they minding their business. I'm protecting my energy. I'm out of my business. But I can literally feel their third eye going like this at me. It's like they heads this way, but they body turned this way. It's like it's y'all. It's like demonic as hell. It's so demonic. I be like, don't you know? I can tell. I can feel that you're trying to tap into me, even though you looking out the window. Y'all, I'm telling you. And there'd be a lot of people with a lot of fire in their chart doing that. A lot of people with a lot of fire in their chart, and people with a lot of um people with a lot of air sitting there all quiet and silent, like they thinking and stuff, but really they thinking of you. Really, they trying to think of what you sound like, what you look like. You think they're just thinking about something else? They're sitting here thinking about you, trying to tap into you. People think they so slick out here now with their psychic abilities. It's like people are so greedy and thirsty to have abundance of money. They just not respecting the psychic laws at all now. It's crazy. Won't even respect the psychic laws when they're getting a psychic reading. It's it's crazy. People are being so unethical, y'all. I'm telling you, not many people are going to heaven simply because people will not respect the rules of using your psychic ability. People don't understand. You just can't be out here practicing on everybody because some people know that you're doing it. People will say, I got spell work on me. Well, was this somebody you was tapping into and you thought they didn't know you did it? You never know how powerful some psychics are out here. And that's how I already know that somebody's not that powerful. Because if you're that powerful, then you're not even interested in trying to tap into random people. Because you understand, like, you try to protect your own power. You're like, I don't want no random person's energy, psychic energy. That's pollution. You're like, I want to wait till I know this person and 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 be obedient to the psychic laws so I don't fall into psychic judgment. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. It's like, hey, a lot of people need to just stop lying. Stop saying that you cool by yourself, but yet you trying to tap into other people's energy. You obviously ain't cool by yourself if you're saying that. It's like, it just amazes me. I'm a loner, you're a loner, but you're always trying to tap into somebody's emotions. Always trying to do sneak card readings and stuff. You're not a loner. It's crazy. This witchery stuff then got out of hand. People don't know that whenever you try to do psychic stuff without people's permission, that is witchery. That's witchcraft. That is being a shade witch. That's not really being a witch of the light. Because a witch of the light say, I respect your privacy. I respect your privacy. I respect your spiritual and psychic privacy. People don't know that sitting there and trying to feel somebody out to get psychic abilities, that's dark art. If you did not have permission, it's dark art. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. Have a wonderful night, y'all. See y'all later. Bye, everybody. Bye, present moment. So y'all learned a few things. I hope y'all understood what I was saying. Okay, protect your emotional releases. Protect your outward emotions. Okay, don't just be letting all your emotions out around everybody. A lot of people, that's all they need. That's all they need. Okay, and they seeing your life, your they're seeing your creative ideas. They're seeing your love life. Some people, they use their moon in a low vibrational way. Okay? All right, bye everybody.